Hello everyone. Uh, so this isn't necessarily going to be a review where like I talk about the gameplay and I give a score and what else do people do? Oh yeah, they talk about like level design and music and like how memorable the plot is, stuff like that. I really just want to talk about why I love this game and why I recommend it. So you know, when you start it off, you're playing this like it's Castlevania 3, or what I assume Castlevania 3 would be like, because if I'm being honest, the earliest Castlevania I've ever beaten is Super Castlevania 4. I played some of 1, still playing it actually, but I haven't played Super Castlevania 3. I assume it's like that though, because you know, like you got Jebel, who's like Alucard, or Jebel. The names are hard. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you know, you're just playing it. It's got good music. It's good gameplay. It's nice and tight. The enemies are good. Like, you're just having a fun time. When you beat the first level, you meet Miriam and Zangetsu, the main character, who has been cursed by the moon. He's like, "Oh, you are a person who is also a painting. Or a bloodstained glass. I should kill you." And Miriam's like, "Alright, listen. It's true. I am a person who is bloodstained glass, but I don't want to be evil. I like doing good stuff." And he goes, "Well, if that's true, then you should work with me to fight the evil of the night." And you know, he's kind of like a jerk about it. But he's nicest to Miriam out of the rest of the 3, which are Alfred and Jebel. So you know, like, you get the impression like, oh, Zangetsu, he's kind of like a hard ass. He probably doesn't like these people that much. So you know, like, you keep playing the game, and then you get to the 8th stage, which for some people might be the last stage. Oh man, I'm using filler words a lot. I'm saying a lot. That's not gonna be good. I can't help it. I don't have a script. So you beat the final boss, and this dark energy starts to like whoosh out, and you're like, "Oh no! Like, is this like the secret final boss? Like, what's gonna happen?" And Zangetsu jumps in, and he totally takes the bullet. And like, the scroll of text pops up. It's like, Zangetsu didn't even know what he was doing, but he knew that he had to protect his new friends. And it's like, his friends? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me, because he didn't like them. But then it occurs to me, like, immediately after, like, wait a minute. Like, I've been playing as these guys. You know, I've been swapping out for each other, like, have them take hits. They've been using each other's abilities to get through the areas. Like, I've built a bond with these guys, and I really love that. So then, it's like, it gets to the end, and it's like, Zangetsu's new friends knew that they had to traverse through the night once more to save their friend. Or like, they had to slay him, but could they save his soul? And it's like, oh man, like, I unlocked nightmare mode, now I gotta play it again. So you play it again, you're like, oh, it's harder, you know, some of the bosses are different, like, the attacks are slightly off, and it's like throwing me off, and I don't have Zangetsu, like, that's one less character, and it's slightly harder. You know, I kept going, I kept doing it, and it wasn't too hard. The only game over I got in the entire game, even now, like, even after I've beaten it, the only game over I've ever gotten was when on the last stage, which was like the last stage on Nightmare mode, where, you know, you get to Zangetsu, and he's like sitting in his throne, and he throws the wine glass down, or I think it's a wine glass. I wasn't paying enough attention. It's like in Symphony of the Night, though. I think that's what they were going for. And he turns into a monster, and he attacks Alfred and Jebel. So now you're just stuck as Miriam, who was my favorite. So I was very fortunate for that. And you start fighting Zangetsu, and it's kind of hard for me. You know, I'm having like a bit of an emotional moment where it's like, I'm fighting this guy that I played as. I started the story as him, and now I gotta kill him. and he starts unleashing these attacks that Miriam couldn't. She has no chance against on her own. But Jabel and Alfred, they come to the rescue. Like they're helping her out, and it's like, oh, it's my friends. Like, yes, we're fighting together. And you know, if you do well enough, then Alfred starts to cast a spell, and you're not sure what's going on. But you see Jabel is protecting him on the right side, and you're like, oh, I need to protect him so he can do his spell to save Zangetsu's soul. So you do it, and you get through it, and you know, Zangetsu dies, but his soul is saved, and it's very bittersweet because you're like, well, he's dead, but like he's in a better place. But then the ending happens, and it's incredibly shocking for me. Zangetsu appears in he appears on the top of a building with a city in the background, and he gets up, and you know, it's pixel art, so you kind of got to read between the lines, but I think he's confused. I think he doesn't know where he is. But he's in some sort of city, which is strange because, you know, Bloodstained is like Castlevania. Each Castlevania is like 100 years apart, but it's like the classic Castlevanias. Like, I think the oldest thing in this game is the train in the first level, or the newest thing. What the hell am I talking about? The newest thing. And you know, trains are around since like 1800s. Were they in the 1700s? I don't know. I'm not a historian. I don't know the facts. Don't listen to me. But it's like he's in some sort of crazy city. It's like the beginning to Mega Man 2. Again, I haven't played Mega Man 2, but I know the references. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Like, is this the afterlife in this world? Did he get transported to the future? Is he gonna have a new quest and like ritual of the night? Like, what does this mean? You know, it's kind of jarring, but it's like it's also hopeful. Like, maybe this isn't the end for Zangetsu. And you know, so that's my experience with this game. That's how I felt when I played it, and I really loved it. You know, I wanted to share this with everyone because I think it's a great game, and I think, you know, people should check it out. It's only $10 too. It's pretty good. I don't know what the point of me saying all this is, and I should have said this in the beginning, but you know, it's like I was in the moment and I was just trying to focus. I don't know what the point of me saying all this is because it kind of spoils it, and it like, I don't know if you're gonna have that experience because I told you that was my experience. Like, you might have been better off if I just hadn't said anything. But I love this game and I wanted to share it. So that's that. How do I end this? You know, I'm just gonna end it like this. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, everybody, or a great night, or whatever it is for you. Just have a great.